I regret getting a car note. And it's not even because I might not have them.
Yo, to add whatever that content creator is saying, like, don't get a car note when you're 17, 18 years old. It's the worst thing possible you can possibly do, honestly. When I had one at like 17, 18, it was a struggle with my little retail job trying to pay that car note. Everything went to my car note, insurance, and gas. Like, yeah, you get to go wherever you want, but you working to pay for that. You don't get to hang out with your friends that don't have any real responsibilities because you got to work at like 9. And unless you was going out late at night, like late, please, come on, like, but just know, like, don't get that car note so young. Stay away from it. Try to buy a car cash. I definitely recommend, but nah, you don't. It's not worth it. Like, yeah, you get to have a car, but just remember that's bills. You cannot travel. You always have to pay for that car. Like, biggest regret of my life. Definitely. Wait till you like not even after college. Wait till you like you got like a really, really, really good job to be able to pay for that and be comfortable. But paying for a car at 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, it's gonna be a struggle. You know what I mean? Don't get it. I don't recommend it. It's gonna be hard. Like, but yeah.
I have $60,000 worth of car debt, with about $30,000 of that being in negative equity. And let me tell you how the dealership scammed me, because I bought my car by myself back in 2022 and I got scammed, and I don't want y'all to get scammed. So let's talk about it. I went in spring of 2022 to buy my Jeep. I wanted the Jeep Wrangler, which is the hybrid car, part gas, part electric. And anyways, during that time, they didn't have a lot of stock because of COVID. And so basically they were going to order my Jeep, and it would come within 3 months. Well, the dealership guy told me that they could put me in a Jeep off the lot for 3 months with no loan payment, and then they would roll the loan over to the new Jeep when it came in. I was like, oh, that sounds great. So I signed it. I didn't have any payments. My Jeep came in the mail. My Jeep came, I went and I picked it up, and y'all, when he sat me down, he handed me a piece of paper that said that the car was like $100,000. And when I tell you, I about had a fit, because when I had originally went in, the finance guy told me that my monthly payment was going to be like $600. And then when I told the car salesman that when I was picking up the Jeep, he said that the finance guy lied, and that's why he doesn't work there anymore. And now I'm stuck with a $1,000 car payment. And the reason why I have negative equity is because somehow, and I still don't know how he did it. I worked with a lemon law attorney and I still don't know how he did it. But basically, when he rolled the first loan into the second one, he somehow kept it higher. I don't understand how negative equity works. I honestly don't. So if you ask me questions about that, I probably can't help. But basically, if I were to sell my Jeep today, I'd be lucky if I got like $35,000 on it, and I still owe $59,000. Yeah, so if you see this video, feel free to repost it, like it, comment, share, tell me I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot. I literally talked to like 3 different people, and they're like, you know, everyone makes stupid decisions when they're younger, and most of the people that I've talked to, they've made stupid decisions when it's come to cars as well. And you know what? I have to live with it. But don't make the same mistake as me just because you want a nice car, because guess what? If I could go back, I would get a used Toyota or Honda and just stick with that.
Is that car note really worth it? Some say it brings peace of mind. Some say making finances decline. Look at this next clip.
Hi, my name is Christine, and in 2026, I'm going to try to get as much of my debt paid off as possible. So before I get started on that, let's talk about car payment. So in my previous video, I did not talk about my car payment because I said I was not including that in my credit card debt, Affirm debt, and then 2 loans that I have. But I would say my most financially stupid decision was buying the car that I got. So when I was growing up, my parents, from what I remember, they always had brand new vehicles. So I was not educated on the fact that, you know, a lot of people don't get used vehicles because as soon as you drive it off the lot, it essentially loses all of its value. So I've always had brand new vehicles. And so during COVID, we had two vehicles, one that was paid off, and then we had a Kia Carnival that we shared as a family, because we have a family of 6. So that car payment was like $872 a month. Well, we got into a really bad wreck, and probably for like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years, we only went with one vehicle. We went with one vehicle because we were both working from home. There was no sense in having two cars. Well, I think I got it in 2022. I ended up buying a brand new Volkswagen Tiguan. And when I first financed it, the payments were $780 a month, roughly. Well, then a couple of years ago, I actually refinanced it to get lower car payment, and the lowest that they could get it to was $620. So I currently have a car payment in the amount of $620 a month. Y'all, the way that I want to just turn that car in and not have a car, I would literally do anything. I would do anything to get rid of my high car payment. Knowing what I know now, I would have gotten a much cheaper car for a lower car payment. If I were to try to trade it in right now, I would be in the hole. So I can't do anything with it. I'm stuck with it. And this is just stuff that I was not educated on, growing up. I was not educated on, cars and credit cards. Like my parents would say credit cards are of the devil, but they never explained to me what that meant. So if I could get all of my other debt paid off from the video that I posted yesterday, then I would start trying to work on making more than the minimum payment on my car payment each month, so that I could get it in a place where I could trade it in for a cheaper vehicle and have a lower car payment. Or if anybody else has any other recommendations on what I could do, please let me know if you can think of something, because I feel like I'm stuck with it. I would much rather be saving $620 a month than having this vehicle.
There were 2 monthly bills that I promised myself I would never have again. The first one is a car note. When I made that final payment on my car, I almost dropped down to my knees, because between the car note and the insurance, it damn near took me out. I was so tired of making that payment, and I think that was like almost $500, if not $500, that was walking right out the door. People now have told me that it's way more expensive if you have a car payment than it was back in 2017 when I got this car. I am keeping this car until I cannot keep it anymore. I am driving it until the wheels fall off. I don't give a damn. This car can be a hoopty and I'm still gonna drive it, because I will never get another car note again. It's gonna take a lot for me to have to do that. The second monthly expense that I told myself I was not getting into again is a new cell phone. I kept my last cell phone until it was hanging on by a thread. And when I say it was hanging on by a thread, it was hanging on by a thread. This is my old phone right here. If I was not at risk of getting stitches, you see that? I would have kept this phone. It's not charged, but the screen was also dark, like on half of the screen. And then the camera was messed up. So anytime that I took a picture, there was like always a dark spot. I had to end up getting another one. But this is my last cell phone, because I made a promise to myself I was not getting another phone until this one was done. I would say that it was done. Okay. I hate having extra monthly expenses that I don't need. Those are two of the ones that I just could not stand. Especially the car note. The car note, it was nice being the only owner of a vehicle, being the first owner. That is something that I can say was a serious plus, because I haven't had any major issues out of my car. I have taken care of this car. I remember one time a customer at a place that I used to work, it was an older guy. He told me, always make sure that you keep up with the maintenance on your car, especially your oil changes. If you do that, you take care of your car will take care of you. And I always kept that in mind. I didn't have to worry about inheriting problems from another owner of this vehicle, because I was the only owner. But that car note, the insurance, and monthly cell phone.
Come on, sister. You can't forget about that insurance. Yeah. Don't forget about that. That car note's gonna come with something. If you take the insurance off, you're scamming. Look at this next clip.
Let's talk car finance and the sneaky that is interest. Let me set the scene for you. Lauren got a pay rise and decided that she no longer wanted to drive her perfectly fine 2005 Peugeot 107. So Lauren upgraded. Lauren found a 2013 Fiat Abarth and put down £2,000 for it and financed the other £4,700. Bear in mind, she was now locked into a 5-year car finance agreement. Little naive Lauren saw the car finance payments at £150 and thought, no problem, I can make that payment. But here's what Lauren did not focus on. The total repayment on that £4,700 loan, £9,600. That is almost double in interest. Every month I felt productive paying that £150, but it barely touched the total. At the time I really was not finance savvy and had no idea what I was getting myself into. But as soon as I got clued up on my finances, I looked back at that agreement, saw the interest that I was being charged and thought, I need to pay this off as soon as possible. I was saving alongside paying off this loan, but at what cost? Because so much of that was going to interest. If I paid it off early, I could then save back some money on that interest. So that's what I did. I thankfully managed to pay it off 3 years early, which I think saved me almost £1,000 in interest. If I could go back, I might have kept that Peugeot. Now, as always, no judgment here, but imagine if this was a brand new Mercedes, for example. Imagine finance on that at £500 a month for 4 or 5 years. It wouldn't be a case of £4,000 of interest, but maybe tens of thousands of interest. In the grand scheme of things, you're probably thinking a £4,700 loan isn't too bad, but I didn't buy a £4,700 car. I technically overpaid and bought a £9,700 car. Here's the truth. If I had walked into the dealership and saw that same car at £9,700 plus, I wouldn't have bought it. I couldn't afford a £9,000 car, but I convinced myself I could because of the way that it was broken down into monthly payments. That's the trap. Monthly payments make things seem affordable. Just as I've said with Klarna, look at the bigger picture, look at the real total, because those monthly payments broken down kind of blind you to what you are actually spending and actually getting yourself into. I mean, all jokes aside, sometimes we are in situations where we absolutely need to finance a car, but I think if you do end up in that situation, please look into the agreement in full, look into the amount of interest that you're paying and consider, is the car actually worth that amount? So yeah, when I talk about my car finance being my biggest regret, I mean throwing thousands down the drain for a car that was not worth it. So yeah, follow along for more financial content. I'm trying to reach 10K by the end of the year.
Tell me about a purchase you made that you regret making. I'll go first. Our car cost us $670 a month, and we didn't even need to do it. We had 2 fully paid off cars, but we were needing to size up because we had a baby on the way. Everybody's pretty much out of a car seat now, so it doesn't really seem necessary. 16 more months. Do you have any purchases that you regret?
I want to build my money. So I learned in my 30s what I should have learned in my 20s. Because in my 20s, I was like, I'm going to finance a car. Like, that was the only way to skin a cat. I'm going to finance a car. I had $935 coming out in car notes in my 20s. I lie to you all not. My truck, taken by the people, I gave them up. I was looking like, Camacho, I love you, boo.
And we done paid all that money all them years.
Had 6 months left before I received the title. 6. I had just gotten the title for the Neon. And the repo man, the good man, came and got Camacho. Boom, took him away. I was glad. I was tired of that 565. I think it was 565.55. That was the car note every month. And it used to give me pain every month to give up $565.55. Plus the insurance I had to keep on the truck. Because you know, if you got a car note, you got to keep insurance. Otherwise, the state of Illinois report that to your car note people, and they'll put you in default of the loan behind insurance. And they'll suspend your plates so much you ain't got insurance. It's just too much to lose there for me. Okay? So that's what I said. That's what you're going to do. But Apostle Carrie, that's what you're going to do.
Look like she done wised up real fast. With this next clip, guess what she paying for a car note? Look at this.
Fix your car. If your car is paid off, and something goes wrong, just go ahead and take it to the shop and get it fixed. Do not listen to people that are trying to influence you to go ahead and get a car note. You are going to hurt financially. They saying the minimum car notes now are going for $700. Within 2 months of paying that car note, or even 3 months, you could have paid to go ahead and get your paid off car fixed. Fix the car. Don't go out here trying to get no car note. You're going to regret it.
What is one bad financial decision that you regret making in life?
Paying a car note on a car. I'm gonna be honest, that would be the main thing. I feel like if you pay your shit off like on full, you won't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah. To be honest.
Okay, and what kind of car did you get?
I got a Toyota Corolla Sports Edition, but to be honest, I made the dumbass decision about getting all that warranties on that shit in my car when I don't really need it. You feel me? The homie is a mechanic; he can fix that shit instantly. Feel me? But other than that, yeah, that's the only thing I feel like.
How much were you paying monthly for it?
$594.
$594 for the Corolla?
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
and that was without insurance.
That was without insurance.
How much were you paying with insurance?
It'll be 800, like 869.
Damn, that's a lot.
Oh God, that's a lot. But hey, thank God niggas
you?
successful. No, nobody stopped me. But thank God niggas is successful. You feel me? I can afford that shit.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Easy,
I got
no
a good
problem.
job, everything.
Damn, okay, what do we do?
I'm a therapist. You feel me?
You're
I
a
work with
therapist?
people with autism and all types of stuff.
Damn, I never would have guessed that. What made you be a therapist?
Honestly, I got a bachelor's in sociology. I wanted easier, like, I wanted an easy major. You feel me? I had a full ride track scholarship, so I was like, fuck it, we're gonna go to college, get something easy, and we're gonna get through this. And I did it.
Yeah.
Feel me? So now I'm just helping people now, for sure.
And the best advice I can give to somebody in their 20s, hell, somebody of all ages, don't get a car note. Don't get a car note. Every month I pay that car note, I be like, damn, there go my drip money. And my car note ain't even high. But do whatever you gotta do. But if you can't avoid it, don't get a car note.
I bought a car last year and I regret it so much. Is there any way out or am I stuck with it? I traded my old car for $8,000, so I financed about $18,000 for the new car. The loan is 72 months for 8%. It is almost a year and I've only paid $1,500 in the balance. The monthly payment is $326 and I have a little over 5 years left on the loan. There's no possible way for me to even begin trying to pay it off early on my income. I'm a server. Also, my soon-to-be ex-husband is the primary signer on the loan. I really just want to get rid of the car and get a decent $10,000 car to get me through the next few years, at least until I become an RN. Would that even be a good idea? Is the market so crazy right now? Should I just accept my mistake and live with it for the next 5 years? I'm only 22. First off, you realize you made a mistake. That happens. Everyone makes financial mistakes in some point in their life. So the next step is, how do you solve this? Please do not just sit around for the next 5 years and just say, this is how my life has to be. Let's figure out a plan. Let's figure out how to make more money, whether it's a new job, a new restaurant, wherever you are. And two, let's figure out, okay, what is this car worth? What can I sell it for? And can that pay off my loan? And then also give me some cash to go buy a used car that I do not have a monthly payment.
Now, see, some of y'all need to listen to my brother Dave Ramsey. Brother Dave Ramsey would have told y'all, it's stupid. Financing the car is stupid. He would have got on y'all. Follow the baby steps. He would have been screaming at you. Look at this next guy, though.
I regret getting a car note. And it's not even because I might not have them.
And this is why I love my car, my Facebook Marketplace car. That I only pay $189 a month in insurance besides gas. I don't pay nothing else. And it's funny because I used to be like, okay, I used to ask my dad at my big age, like 18, 19. I never knew what a car note was. I used to be like, how do these people afford these nice cars, to be so young? And he was like, they're paying car notes. So then he had told me what a car note was, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to the market. And then I had brought my car. It needed a little work, but it's still less than what a car note would be. But let me show you my car. Matter of fact, let me show you my car. This is my Lexus, y'all. Clearly nothing wrong with it. I will show y'all the inside, but it's dirty. So like when I clean it, I'll do it. And it's black tint, all black tint. But yeah, that's what you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people always talk crazy about Facebook Marketplace cars. I see a lot of people in his comments saying, oh, you buy one of them cars and then they break down like a year later. But a lot of y'all don't know about cars. Y'all don't learn about cars to get to know about the car. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just up and buy a car because it's cheap. But in reality, you know what I'm saying? And then a lot of y'all get scammed because y'all think just because it's cheap is good. It's not. Then it's like on top of that, like I was saying, y'all see a car on Facebook Marketplace, 4K. Ooh, that's 4K for that car? Y'all buy it like dummies. Y'all don't check it. Y'all don't ride it. Y'all don't do nothing. Y'all get them the money. and y'all leave with it. Then it start acting up probably like a few weeks later. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be smart. You really have to be smart. If you don't have a dad, an uncle, a grandpa, or nothing, or nobody who don't know about no car, go get you a mechanic. Take them with you when you go get that car, so you would see if it has any issues. Or matter of fact, they have a little reader that you can get from the store to read like any issues that the car has. Like, a lot of y'all have to be smart. Y'all are not smart at all, and it's okay. Like, it's a learning progress, but you can't talk down on a car that's been around longer than you. You know what I'm saying? That Lexus came around when I was born. I'm 20. That car has been riding for 20 years. What does that say? You know what I'm saying? That car has been riding for 20 years. Shit. But there's nothing wrong with no car note. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? If you can't afford a car note, then buy a car. Buy that car off Facebook Marketplace and then learn about that car. I get, certain situations you don't have time to learn. You just need the car. Get that car note. You know what I'm saying? But if you have time to learn about a car, learn about that car. Like, it'll do you some good in the long run.
A wise man told me, if you look around your house and in your closet, if you got more money around your house and in your closet than you have in your wallet or your bank account or any type of investment portfolio, my brother, you are a fool. That is what I have heard, and that is very true. That means you're just keeping up with the Joneses. Or if you don't care about the Joneses, you just keeping up and you just want to have an image for yourself. Got that nice car, but you got $5 in your bank account. You can't even buy a cheeseburger for real. Got about a junior burger. But look at her, man. This Josh and talk to him, boy. And I just talk to you, boy. Do y'all think car notes are dumb? I think it's I think it's a little crazy. If you do get a car note, don't go for the highest car. Okay, get something actually affordable. And I would save up at least to get half of it, or your car don't have to be new. You can get you like a car that's 3-4 years old. Save your money. That's what I think. But if you got one, just be smart with it. Hey, if y'all know anybody going through this, drop it down in the comments. I'm gone. Peace.